Modern applications rely on a vascular system of application programming interfaces. APIs connect mobile apps to cloud services, AI agents to business systems, and partner platforms to backend databases. They are the direct pathways to a company's core logic and data. Many teams spend heavy resources securing the user interface. They hide the delete user button from standard accounts and remove the export data link from the sidebar, assuming that visual restriction creates safety. This is a persistent and dangerous illusion. Attackers ignore the interface entirely. Because APIs process HTTP requests, anyone with the endpoint address can communicate with the backend directly using automated tools. They can send modified payloads, test hidden URLs, and fire thousands of requests per second. If those endpoints lack explicit backend protections, the results are severe. Attackers can scrape entire customer databases, hijack user accounts, and execute fraudulent financial transactions by sending a sequence of automated requests. True security requires building defense directly into the API architecture from the very beginning. You have to adopt a posture of zero trust, creating layered checkpoints where every single request is actively interrogated. The backend operates completely blind to the client software. It cannot rely on the front end to enforce the rules. The API itself must independently verify the safety, identity, and permission of every incoming action. The first architectural boundary in incoming HTTP request encounters is the API gateway. We apply rate limiting here at the edge. By capping the frequency of requests, the gateway allows legitimate users through while blocking the rapid, brute force clusters attempting to overload the system. While rate limiting handles sudden spikes, long-term quotas manage overall resource consumption. Imposing a limit of 1,000 requests per month enforces fair usage, preventing heavy API consumers or poorly coded scripts from driving up infrastructure costs and degrading performance. This shows another early check: cross-origin resource sharing, or CORS. It dictates which browser origins are permitted to load resources from your API. When configured correctly, it prevents a malicious website from making background requests on a user's behalf. However, CORS is exclusively enforced by the browser. A common engineering mistake is assuming CORS secures the API from all unauthorized access. A standalone Python script or a command line tool bypasses the browser entirely, ignoring the CORS policy without any resistance. Perimeter defenses keep the system online and filter out obvious noise. But at this layer, the system still has no proof of exactly who is calling or what they intend to do. Once a request survives the gateway limits, it moves deeper into the back end, hitting the authentication middleware. This diagram shows the authentication process. The system reads a token attached to the request, proving the caller's identity. But identity alone is insufficient. The packet must clear a second distinct barrier, authorization, determining exactly what that identity is permitted to do. One of the most frequent structural vulnerabilities occurs when backends merge these two concepts. Verifying that a user is logged in does not mean that user has the right to query the global customer database or issue a refund. Even assigning a broad admin role falls short. If a user is an admin for Company A, the system must use contextual logic to ensure they cannot pull reports for Company B. Confirming identity without explicitly defining and restricting permissions leaves the internal data wide open to anyone with a valid login token. To secure a request for Certificate 1001, we need object-level authorization. If an attacker changes the URL to 1002, the server must cross-reference that requested ID against the ownership list tied to the caller. If they don't match, the request is actively rejected. Data access is governed by the object, but action is governed by function-level authorization. This layer controls the exact capabilities a user can execute. Viewing a resource and modifying it require entirely different permissions. A course instructor needs read access to view the curriculum, but only an administrator should have write access. When an API fails to check function-level permissions, attackers bypass the standard user flow and send direct requests to administrative endpoints, like a delete command.
You prevent this by explicitly separating read and write privileges directly at the architecture level. Every sensitive API action must trigger an independent check to verify the caller's specific function permission. You secure the system by isolating both axes of the request, the exact data object being targeted and the specific function being executed against it. Once a request is authenticated and fully authorized, it finally reaches the business logic. Here, it hits the last strict filter, input validation. The backend must inspect the incoming payload. By rejecting malformed strings, out-of-range numerical values, and unexpected data types, the system protects the database from processing corrupted information. Without this validation, the API is vulnerable to injection attacks. If the server blindly concatenates untrusted user input, an attacker can send executable commands disguised as data. We neutralize this risk by using parameterized queries. This strictly separates the user's data from the executable code, ensuring that no matter what the client sends, the database treats it as a static value, never an instruction. This necessity for strict filtering applies heavily to file uploads. These endpoints function as major security boundaries, where external files cross directly into your infrastructure. You must mandate deep validation checks. This includes verifying the actual MIME type of the file, not just looking at the extension, and automatically sanitizing original file names to remove executable characters. Architecturally, these uploaded files must be routed to isolated object storage. Storing user uploads on the application server itself creates the risk of executing malicious scripts. Regardless of authorization, the backend must operate on a principle of total systemic mistrust for any payload or file entering the business logic. Zooming out, we see the modern backend, vast ecosystems of interconnected microservices constantly communicating to process complex operations. Assuming this internal traffic is inherently safe is a critical vulnerability. If an attacker breaches one container, they can move laterally. Internal service-to-service communication requires mutual TLS to explicitly authenticate both the sender and the receiver. This ecosystem also relies on external callbacks, or webhooks, from third parties like payment processors. Your API must execute strict signature verification, using a shared secret to confirm the payload came from a trusted provider. When processing those webhooks, the backend must use idempotency keys. If a network error causes a provider to fire the same success event twice, idempotency ensures the customer isn't billed again. To manage credentials and signing keys, the architecture requires isolated secrets management. Keys must be pulled dynamically from secure vaults, never hard-coded into source code or left in configuration files. Building a perfectly secure public endpoint accomplishes little if an attacker can compromise a connected internal microservice or forge a third-party integration payload. This diagram shows the complete functioning architecture overlaid with the final required mechanism, a unified API logging and monitoring layer. Without an active feedback loop, you cannot detect the attacks your architecture is stopping. The system must precisely log authorization failures, rate limit trips, and mass data exports. Crucially, it must actively strip sensitive payloads, ensuring that passwords, tokens, and private documents never enter the centralized logging servers. This data feeds security monitoring tools that track behavioral anomalies in real time. A sudden spike in failed authentication attempts or a single user accessing records with impossible speed triggers alerts, allowing teams to respond before a probe becomes a severe breach. True API security requires authenticating every caller, authorizing precise objects and functions, validating all input, and continuously verifying the internal ecosystem. Secure API architecture relies on designing a resilient system. By interrogating every request at multiple independent layers, you protect user trust, secure business continuity, and maintain strict control over every point of data transfer.